everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new Netflix movie. It's called The Perfect Family, and this movie, it is in Spanish, and I don't know what this movie's name is in Spanish because the movie I just watched, it's not about The Perfect Family, it's about something else. Maybe it should be called The Perfect Life, because in this movie we see this like a rich couple, like they are really rich, like the upper high class in Madrid, and like the husband is actually scientist, but the wife is like a housewife, and their son he's a lawyer. But in this movie, when he decided to marry this girl I guess in the south side of Madrid, which I really like in this movie, how these rich people goes to live with a middle class or poor neighborhood, and they're like, oh my god, where we are. I really like this movie, how it starts with. So first 10-20 minutes, I really enjoy this movie a lot. I really thought this movie gonna be something. It became something else. So for that, I don't know what was this writer was thinking about this movie, because overall this movie is still very well made and acted. It's just the middle of this movie, the plot twist it has, which I will go into the spoiler. So spoiler warning in this movie, this this lady. This movie centers around basically this lady. She's like a rich housewife, but when her son is decided to marry this lower class, like I guess she's not lower class. I will say she's just a Zumba dance teacher in this movie. And then in this movie, she her daughter-in-law asked her to help her in their wedding. Then she start having feeling for like her daughter-in-law's dad, like basically. And I'm like, what the hell is this twist? Is really awful. When you watch it, you're like in this awkward situation, because you should not be feeling all this feeling for this guy who is your son's wife's dad. That is wrong. So many levels. Then in this movie, they actually hook up, and which is, I'm like, oh my god. As I was saying, this twist I did not like at all, because I don't need that. That is why almost this movie is about to get a bad rating for me. But unfortunately, this movie, second half in this movie, this housewife, she decided to take control of her life, and she goes back to work in this movie. So, she tried to rediscover in this movie, like this old person, I guess, which is nothing wrong with it. Why they needed to add this twist, which is really awful twist, which does not work for me, and I'm like, it was cringe for me, unfortunately. However, if I have to say about this movie, as if I was making this, because I'm making a review on this movie, I'd say this movie does looks very beautiful. All the costume and set pieces, like decoration, everything looks really top notch when you watch this movie. And there is some scene, it is so funny. I was really laughing, and the acting is also really good, but this twist is like really awful. What is he thinking? He added this. I don't get it. I get it. Sometimes you feel attraction to people who you shouldn't feel like. That was not this movie's motive at all. This movie was like this guy who is married for so long. He met this woman, and he basically says, oh, I love you. And I'm like, what the hell are you saying to her? You've been married. You have this hardworking, like his wife is a bus driver in this movie, and she's really good too in this movie, by the way. And and you are married to her, and now you are hooking up with this woman. Like, what the heck? This movie, what was it thinking? That's what I think this movie. I don't know. It's still, I finished watching this movie because this movie, it was still very interesting, I guess. And the end of this movie, the way it ends, it's like I get it. That is the point of it, the awkward situation they're in, like the perfect family is ruined. Is that what this means? It didn't do good job telling that. It was really like weird when she was hooking up with him. Like, I cannot emphasize on that. I felt really weird. Like, no matter what, you shouldn't be doing that. However, this movie looked great. I don't know what was the point of it. Overall, that was my thought on this movie. That is what I thought. That movie started really good. I was thinking this movie will go somewhere, and it went somewhere else. Like, totally U-turn for me this movie was. And that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix Spanish movie and show. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.